Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now I welcome you to the course of Human Resource Management Part 4. Now we are going to learn about the next part of the module, that is the demand forecasting and the different methods of manpower forecasting. First of all, what do you mean by term forecasting? Forecasting means analysis what is the predict future of the demand supply rate. Basically, it helps us to determine what type of staff mix is required in a future. Basically, it is a future analysis. It helps us to do the cost analysis and reduces both the shortage as well as the excess. And demand forecasting basically it will estimate the future quantity as well as the quality of the people which is required. So the different factors which is affecting the demand forecasting is internal and the external factors. So internal factor means basically it is the budget constraints, employee separations, production level, new product, organization structure and many more. External factors means basically it is the competition, economic climate, rules as well as regulations, the changes in the technology as well as the social factors. Now manpower forecasting. The different methods, 7 different methods are displayed here. So we are going to learn each and everything. So first is about the manageable judgment method. It means that all the managers they will sit together and they will discuss and estimate what is the future demand. Basically, we have two types of approach, that is the bottom up as well as the top down approach. So bottom up approaches means see, as we know that the hierarchy of HR means there is a HR manager, there is HR executive as well as the line managers. So bottom up means the line managers they'll submit all the departmental proposals to top managers, and here the top managers are the one who will take the final decisions. Next, top down is the vice versa. Basically, the top managers they are the one who prepares the objectives as well as the main motto of the company as well as the departmental forecast. So these forecasts are reviewed with the departmental head and get approved. See which is the best, top down or else the bottom up is, I would recommend it is the combined approach. The combination of bottom up as well as the top down approaches is the best suited one. The next is about the ratio as well as the trend analysis. Means we are going to compare. Basically it is the ratio between the past ratio of the number of workers and the sales and forecasting the future by considering some of the allowances. Basically, for the production of 1000 units, 25 employees are required means then 2000 units how many employees are required? Basically double, right? 50 employees. The next is the regression analysis. See, regression analysis is more accurate than compared to this ratio as a trend analysis. In how? Basically, it is a mathematical model. The formula it is y is equals to mx plus c. Basically, y means the size of the employee and x is the sales volume. So, as the number of employee increases, even the sales volume of the product also increases. The next is about the work study technique. So before going to learn about the theory of this, I am going to give a small example for that one. For example, the production of any item in 2015, if it consumes 10,000 units and the time which is required per unit is 150 units. So what is the standard productive? Basically hours, man, years, how much? Basically it is, if it is 2000 hours, then the number of employees which is required is basically production into the time which is required per unit divided by the standard productive hours per man per year, that is totally 750 employees. Basically this it determines the possibility of the work. Basically it is a measurement of a time. The production budgets are prepared in terms of volume as well as the scalable product. The next fifth is about the Delphi technique. Delphi technique means basically it is the group of experts. Basically the one who is having a thorough knowledge, basically the skills of management. So a group of managers they all involved in the HR forecasting. Basically it is they are involved in the day-to-day activities like what is the planning of the organization. They all set the company's main motto. They summarize the various responses and report the findings back to the experts, right? See, basically it is first there is a managers. So below that there is a line managers, right? So the line managers, they'll summarize all the various responses. They'll collect the information from each of the employees. They'll summarize that one and bring it to one unity. So that report they are going to send or forecast it to the managers. So these managers, they'll take the decisions whether it is good or bad. The next it is the flow methods. So flow methods means it determines the time. Basically it is the time as well as the probability. It determines the time that should be covered, and it establishes the categories called as the states. States means what? Basically the employee are assigned to each of the task employee assigned agide. The next is about it will establish or estimate the probability of transition from one state to another state, and basically it will make sure the four possible features it will monitor. First, the resignations, the retirements, the death, disability, absences. It will make sure all of them. The next other forecasting methods, example it is mathematical models as well as new venture analysis we are going to consider. So this is about basic it is demand forecasting. So we learn about the internal as well as the external factors which is affecting this demand forecasting we learn. The next very important is the methods of manpower forecasting. The next is about the supply forecast. Basically it will measure the number of people likely to be available from within and outside an organization, right? See, if they want to focus what is the supply rate, then the internal as well as the external factors of an organization both also matters, right? So what are the features of the supply forecasting? It will quantify the number of people and the position expected in the future, mainly to achieve the organization goals, right? It will prevent the shortage of manpower. So, HR forecasting consists of three factors to analyze the supply. Basically, we have our existing resources, internal source supply, and the external source supply. So, we are going to give a brief discussion of all these three. So, first is about the existing resources. HR audits give the clear picture of employee strength as well as the weakness, right? So, as we know that whenever they are going to take an interview, the HR, the one who is going involved in that process, basically they'll be knowing what are the strength as well as the weakness of any employee. So, the audit of non-managers is also known as skills inventories. Audit of managers is called as a management inventories. From this, we can go to know they're saying that is the audit of managers we call as a management inventories, whereas non-managers we call as skill inventories. So basically, they'll be getting to know what are the skills, the abilities of any employee. Next, we are going to learn is about the two types of we learned, right? See, managers, non-managers, we call it as a skill inventory as well as the management inventories. So we are going to know what are they. The next skill inventories means it is a consolidate information about the non-managers. It is used to take the decisions regarding the transfer, promotions, all that one. It includes basically the personal data, the skills and the special qualifications, right? So basically in this skill inventories means basically the personal data such as the age, color, sex, the marital status, whether he is married or not, that all comes under the skill inventories. Next, what are the skills? What are its qualifications? What is the graduation degree, education is experience, training, all matters. The next is about the special qualifications, means the memberships in the professional bodies, the special achievements all come under the skill inventories. Next, the salary as well as the job history. Basically, they'll try to analyze what are the present as well as the actual salary, the past salary, the various job held, the date of last promotion. Next, the company data, the retirement information, seniority, benefits, plan data, and so on. Next, the capacity of individual, right? Score on psychological and other test health information. See, basically in any HR hiring, there are different types. The first preliminary is the The aptitude test, basically the aptitude test, their personality test, their technical ability test, all will be related to that one. So they'll go to analyze what is the capacity of individual. See, for any interview you go, basically the actually firstly they won't ask about any your actual skills, they won't ask. First the basic interview test in any company is their ability test, basically their personality test, the aptitude test, mathematical skills. That all comes under how they are going to interact with the people. That's major thing. So whether the person is able to handle the situations, that all comes under the capacity of individuals. Next, a special reference of individuals. Basically, geographical location type of job. Basically, the place the candidate is going to reside all come under that. So these are about the skill inventories. See, in this course part, we learned about in HR supply forecast, what is the meaning of forecast and what are the advantages of the supply forecast, and the three factors which is used to analyze this: existing resource supply, internal resource supply, external resource supply. So we learned about the existing resource means what, and that the skill inventories we learned. So in the next later part, we are going to learn about the management inventories and other two types of source supply. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.